Hey everyone, hope you are all fine, all well, all well, all well. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Nicola Light here, remembering us all back into our light. As I was tidying up and going about my day after doing a few calls this morning, I had a deep realization really in the perspective of who am I and how that sort of sits within the experiences of incarnations and ancestral healing. So I want to deepen into that subject and really sort of get a sort of like an understanding from my mind, and then present it towards and for you to sort of like for you to really sort of contemplate on this. I feel that there's a bit of a mix up within many people's experiences when we come into healing journeys. Meaning that we may perceive ourselves to have had a certain past life when we start going down that route. Now, in my mind's eye, is it, and to question this within your own journey, is it that it's an incarnation, or is it that you're tapping into your soul lineage embodied state, meaning ancestral stuff? Is it the junk in your trunk that you're picking up on from the DNA of your mother, father within the physical body itself? Or is it that it is actually an incarnation that you've actually had? When we sort of go in and we start to deepen into ourselves about, sort of maybe a QHHT or hypnotherapy or crystal healing. I remember the first time I had a crystal healing with a wonderful soul years and years ago, on the beginning of my journey, is I picked up on sort of these perceived ideas of incarnations. But as I sort of deepen into it, yes, there may have been the connection to it, but actually, was it actually within the lineage of my soul's journey? Was it an incarnational loop, or was it an ancestral loop? Because what I'm finding is there's an awful lot of souls that haven't been upon the planet as often as they think they have. And we could perceive it to be from a perspective that we've been on the planet for a very long time and incarnate. Or is it actually, there's so much more than that as we can open up within ourselves, that it isn't anything to do with you keep coming back here and that you're trapped within this system. Some, yes, absolutely. If there's these sort of deep loops within ourselves that we find that it's very difficult to work through maybe our traumas. But then at the same time, is it that it could be a perception, as I said, ancestral healing? So, interesting subject. I would really like your sort of take on it, but I want to bring forward some remembrance codes so that I can sort of deepen into my inner wisdom and ignite what's going on here. Because if we've got to see the reality, we can move through different truths of understanding. But then at the same time, if we then presume it to be a certain way because someone's told us something, is it then that we should be looking inside of ourselves to actually get a clearer perception from our own truth? And it might be pushing boundaries. It might be pushing people out of their comfort zones, but I just want to visit that. Okay, so let me just go in. I haven't got a seat here at the moment. There's some around there, but I just feel like I just want to just have a little friendly chat in the kitchen. Okay, that. Alla macchiata and okra macchiata, alla sia macchiata da asha. It's quite interesting actually, as I sort of come on to do this particular video itself. I was taking the laptop around this space to see where there's the best light, to see which is the best angle that I could actually do this video without being bombarded with all the light that's where I've been doing my work in. And I settled here. I sort of felt that this sort of view was the best view for me in this particular video. And it's a completely different background. Yes, it is. It gives me a different viewpoint from outside. It gives me a different viewpoint for how you see me also. But with that change and the shift of this laptop, it enabled me to then get a different perspective on this space. And this is what I'm inviting you to do. Is it incarnation, or is it ancestral, or what is it that we're actually picking up on when we go into these deep core wounds held within us? Is it our deep core wound? Is it collective? What is it? Okay. With every viewpoint that we take and every moment that we sense our perception of being, is that we get a different viewpoint. And this is the truth that we are holding within ourselves, whether it's a stepping stone or whether it's an evolution in the soul's understanding, from our mind understanding into the inner light wisdom within, that we start to spark the greater inspiration for us to see from a place of insight of mind of what is actually going on in this system. Without picking up on a story from others, we are moving forward into the greater fulfillment of the mind from an ego perspective to see how this reality actually truly works. It is the mind. It's all in the mind. It's a perceived idea that you've been infiltrated. It's a perceived idea to say that we have attachments. It's a perceived idea to say there is an incarnation. It's a perceived idea to be an ancestral. It's a perceived idea to see that you actually exist at all. It is a perception. It is a reality. It's a contrast. It's an experience. So if that's the case, then we can then course correct our experience through our own mind construct and our senses or perception. It depends on where we are plugging ourselves into the reality that we are creating from our mind. That's interesting, isn't it? Just think about that. It's our minds that create through our senses of physicality. And as we link up to greater perspectives of self, got itchy ear now, why is that? It's like there's an itch in the ear, so I itch it. It's that. There's an itch in the ear and I itch it. There's a perception and I align to it. Was the ear itching at all? Yes, but no, but yes, but no. And as I sort of move my feet on the ground, I see them sort of turning in, and I see that I've got my little dungarees on here, and I'm seeing I'm in this space, and I'm seeing I'm clearing my throat, and I see I'm laying in upon the surface. I see that I am stretching my back as I wiggle through my spine. It's all a perception of who I am in this reality, for I am the creator of it. As I connect deeper inside of myself, my perceived idea is interacting with the external, the collective field of light with others that have created upon the planet through their mind perception of self. And it is that from knowledge that we draw upon our reality, for our mind perceives from a learnt and seeing program and a belief system, a cultural adjustment, a movement of the physical body in the reality. It is all perception of mind. Alamasia bakianta asimakiatan, dogra bakianta asimakiatan, asimakiatan asibakiata, asimakiatan asiata. How many times have you worked with somebody and they have told you, and I have done this myself, a perception of reality? And how many times in your reality have you actually agreed from the experience of it with that person, or a taking in from their belief system that is something that is held within your energy? How many times have we, from an ego position, have listened to somebody to say, my God, you're completely mad? And have we taken that on board through our trauma of programming and belief systems about ourselves? Or have we actually evolved through it to actually be self-empowered and to be sovereign and to know exactly who you are? Within anybody's healing journey, it is about the perception of self. If I feel it within me, I see that as my reality. If somebody sees it outside of myself, do I align to what they see, or do I use my discernment about what is it that I see within myself? I hold all my answers, and so do you. We can have somebody say this or that, and that's absolutely perfect because that's their perception and that's their truth within their reality. But when we give our power away to the journey of healing, then we give our power away to the mind. It is time that we step up and move forward on with our journey to fully fulfill who we truly are from the inner light ignition, the wisdom within, the empowered state, the claiming back of sovereignty. This is where the heart expands and moves deeper into ourselves, not from what someone else has told us, not from books, not from YouTube channels. It's about the empowered state that we move forward, onward, on with our journey, not a perception of reality that sits and hooks into somebody else's. So within this video, within your mind, see where you give your power away. For there is nothing to be healed. It is the stickiness, it's the unpleasantness, it's the lower vibration of energy that moves through us from a perceived idea of mind or what our emotions are showing us. It's mind control. Is it controlled outside of ourselves, or is it an internal flame that we can switch on and disallow from external sources to control us? When we are creator beings of our reality, is it not for us to stand forward and say, no, enough is enough? I'm not having that mind control anymore, and I take back my power to detach from those energies that suppress me into the true light of who I am. Al-makran bakran bokratat is a mekran asham edan at. A makron to ash nakiten ma ankra bakren eshan makran to krosham makrete mukrum bakosham maitere dalala shum bakitane mafshum makitana shana. So next time you have a session with somebody else, make sure you state your own intentions. Be sure that you step forward with your inner light ignition, that you bring forward your own wisdom within the session and see it from your perspective only. Take on board their perspective, absolutely, but grow and learn through the experience and not give your power away to anybody because somebody else has said you are this or that. Okay? I'm not putting anyone down with any modalities here. I'm offering to you a place of your own security, of your own mind, of your own adjustment of who is I, from a place of sovereignty and empowerment. And if anyone tries to tell you something that you are not, do not own it. And within your mind, if you claim something, you're claiming it, and that will be brought forward as you are a creator of your reality. Step up. Have none more of it. Do not give your power away any longer. Okay? Okay. Receive, flow, adjust, be guided until you are ready to go into your fullness of self-expression. Take it all with a pinch of salt. Okay, there are many different perspectives on reality. Amasia, emakoshma malosima kia tomasiuma mala ansia mawarani The only thing that you can ever control is yourself. Okay. The only truth that you can hold is your own. And there are many truths. Just be open to receive all of them and use your discernment to what feels right for you. It's a beautiful day. Go enjoy it. Okay. Take care, everyone. See you all soon. Bye. Oh, before I go, check out the links below. Nearly forgot that one. Nice little patter to end with. Check all the links below. Join my Patreon. It's a free membership there. And also you can join in with events that I've got running as well. There's some in September that are coming up. So check on my website for that, nicolalight.com. If you want some mentoring rather than healing, because you are your own healing, then come and join me and we can talk about what it is that you want to work through for yourself. Okay, take care everyone. See you all soon. Bye.